Well, that was a bit of an odd intro, but I'm here anyway. We are here anyway. We are here with game number 1 of the grand finals of the Neolution GosuCup Asia number 7, and we are here with Rising Stars and Zenith. Zenith making it through the loser bracket after getting dropped down in the first game they played today. Making it through the loser bracket though to face Rising Stars, a team that they haven't faced yet today. Rising Stars, they had an easy road. They made it through the winners bracket, only played about 2 games before getting here today. Well, Zenith of course played 1 more, and we'll see which one of these 2 teams will take game number 1, because it is the best out of 3, and we are starting with a clean slate for both teams, so just 2 or 3 games we're gonna see. And we're gonna see it together with Skim, because he's my co-caster. Welcome back.
Hello. Wow. The draft, interesting so far. First time Wisp goes through this today, or actually first time Wisp is picked today. I think it went through all the games. Nobody picked it.
But yeah, Zenith actually picked it, and they lost with it against.
Oh, okay.
Against Mineski.
Mineski, yeah.
With the Pudge though. The Pudge didn't really do that much.
I think they're going to pick up an Ursa. I've seen it yesterday as well. I'm so looking forward to an Ursa. I don't know. I really like it.
We'll see what they'll go for. I mean, the ban so far. I mean, there's no really any surprise about what they ban. Tree, Nyx, Bat, Nikes. Darkseer, Alchemist for Rising Stars. I haven't seen that much Darkseer yet, apart from in the banning phases. So we'll see how he does there. And I mean, Puck and Chaos Knight getting banned out there, together with the Gyro now as well.
Yeah. XCT is really a really great Darkseer. I mean, he's played that today as well in the first game against Dreams. That was just incredible. He is XCT is really one of those playmakers in a team. We've seen it on the Mag, we've seen it, and we're hopefully going to see it on the Darkseers now as well. Alchemist, maybe it's going to be on the mid again by Xautuji. I really like the idea in general. It's kind of unusual, but seems to work out for them. I mean, they're after all in this final. Now taking out the OD, and Zenith answer with a Slark again.
We're gonna see it again, this time with the combination of a Wisp. I kinda like it. You do have that pounce, you can try to get an extra tether stun up with that one. I'm kinda curious to see where they're gonna run it, because previous game they ran it in the aggressive trial lane. And you said it was on the off lane at some point by himself as well, right? Yesterday?
Yeah, Slark, has been played by
So we kinda don't know where he's gonna go.
Yeah, Zenith is really flexible right now with that draft. As you mentioned, they can go aggressive with this, they can still play safe lane. They can put the Slark in the mid, there's so many options. But Rising Stars, the same. They haven't revealed their cards just yet. I expect some sort of pickup like a Rubik, some sort of solid support. Rubik, maybe Jakiro or Shadow Demon, just to have this defensive spells like the Ice Path or the Disruption. That can also be very aggressive, of course.
Yeah, I would like to see that. So far, Rising Stars has got the ball in their court. They still need a lot though, they need all their supports. And it was actually Zenith that hasn't banned out any supports just yet. So it's gonna be fairly easy for them to pick up, for example, Shadow Demon if they still want to have that, or a Rubik, or a Bane, or whatnot. Shadow Demon of course working out very well together with the Alchemist if they want to try to go for that Disruption. Followed up by the Unstable Concoction and the Soul Catcher there and there as well. And they in the end indeed go for that. I like to see Jakiro with that one.
Yeah, I think so too. Shadow Demon and Jakiro have great synergy. Just the Ice Path, of course, going to follow up on the Disruption, and they go with the Tiny. Wow.
Yeah, we're seeing something. We are seeing a lot of different heroes from Zenith. There's no real. The only thing that is typical about their lineup is that it's not the same thing as they have done before. Every single time, it's something different.
And they always pick the Visage if they can.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think everybody does that in the Asian scene at the moment.
That's true. That's true.
Although Rising Stars preferred the Darkseer over that at the start. They had first pick. There's the Kunkka. We saw him being banned out in the previous game. Not this game though, and that actually means that we might have 2 dual lanes. Shadow Demon Kunkka together, or Kunkka solo mid. Shadow Demon still doesn't really need to be there for Kunkka at the start of the game, but yeah, that's a Kunkka.
Yeah. And as you mentioned, still Rising Star is really flexible with the lanes. They could basically play everything at this point. As you mentioned, there's a dual lane possibility. They can still go for an aggressive trial lane if they pick like the Jakiro to follow it up with the Shadow Demon. So yeah, I like the draft so far. I really like it. Zenith, on the other hand, I don't see them going aggressive with this. I mean, they could technically, but I'm assuming this is going to be a safe lane Tiny Wisp just to farm up quite nicely. And Slark maybe mid, we'll see.
I mean, we don't really know yet. It can be anything, really. Bane gets banned out here. Interesting ban, and we normally see Banes together with the Darkseer just because they're so counter carry-ish, which is great, and they hold the Tiny in place, of course, which is also awesome, but you can also consider, like, he doesn't have any synergy with the Shadow Demon. You can consider them both having the same type of role because they are setting up something. They have a disable that you can't do anything during the disable, like apart from Fiend's Grip, of course, but Nightmare as well as Disruption. You can't do anything to the target while it's disrupted or Nightmare. So kind of working as the same type of hero, but we'll see what Rising Stars will end up going with last. I mean, in theory, they've got all 3 lanes sorted now. Just need one extra support. Will it be Jakiro or maybe like Shrek Lina? Same kind of follow-up on the Shadow Demon Disruption, of course. Or still Rubik, even though it doesn't really have any great synergy together with the Shadow Demon. And they might just wanna have it because it's a nice hero to have.
They could pick it up and run 2 dual lanes, like Shadow Demon Kunkka mid and Rubik Alchemist on the safe lane. That would definitely work out, and I guess they banned out the Bane because the Enfeeble is really annoying to play against as a Tiny. I mean, you expect like when you have the Aghanims to those towers, but then suddenly Enfeeble and you hit like a creep. So.
And there's indeed the Rubik. I was actually hoping, maybe we're gonna see that next game, hopefully, to see Tusk.
Oh yeah.
You know why?
Why?
Because have you seen the Dota 2 reporter, man?
Oh yeah, I have it.
Then I would copy the voice of the Tusk.
Can you do it really well?
My sister thinks I can.
Do it now.
No, I can't do it on command.
Oh,
unless my sister tells me to, but not no.
Okay.
It has to be Tusk pickup.
I'm going to message Ice then next time. Dude, pick up. If they win this game, they can pick up a Tusk.
Yeah, well, I would say something like that he's waiting for the best battle ever and more competition. But then in a normal way.
Wow, it's actually Ice playing the Nature's Prophet.
Ooh, we're gonna see something different this game then.
Yeah.
Nature's Prophet is one of his official signature heroes, I believe, offlane. But let's see what we're gonna be having here. We have, of course, got Rising Stars here on the Dire side. They are the ones that are already complete. We're waiting for Zenith. We have got XTT playing the Darkseer. Sautuji playing the Alchemist once again, as we saw earlier today as well. Super on the Shadow Demon, XTD on his Rubik, and Air playing the Kunkka this game. So is this, again, a Alchemist solo mid?
It looks like it. It really looks like it. We'll see how this fares up. I guess he's going up against the Slark, played by XY. Or maybe even Ice. We'll see. We'll see. Over on the Radiant side, though, Ice taking the role of the Nature's Prophet, Freedom on the Wisp, Yamate taking the role of the carry once more, playing as the Tiny, as mentioned XY on the Slark, and finally Ice picks up the Visage.
Yeah, finally indeed, as we are going to be having our pause unpaused, and our pause is unpaused but paused once more.
You jinxed it.
I jinxed it.
Yeah.
That's a bit of a shame, didn't I? Yeah, I shouldn't have done that. Well, that was a shame. Well, someone is at the toilet. We've got allowed people to do that too. They could have done that before the game, and then I could have actually been here in time. How about that?
They could have done it during the draft, actually. I mean.
Also that.
Yeah, but oh well.
Oh well, indeed. Well, we'll see. So, I mean, lanes for both teams very open.
Yeah, super flexible.
Yeah. And I like this. Like, normally you have kind of got a bit of a static kind of thing of what you can be expecting from the teams, but this is for both teams very open, and maybe because of that we're going to see some unorthodox lanes. I think the laning phase is more important for Zenith than it is for Rising Stars. I think Rising Stars is a bit more conservative lineup. Like, they won't lose their lanes that often, but Zenith, I think they need to win their lanes to snowball.
I agree. They can't really fall behind that much.
Yeah.
I mean, the Wisp relocate with the Tiny, it's only going to be effective if you have, like, the momentum on your side. If you fall behind, the other heroes are going to be a bit too tanky. Like the Darkseer, you can't kill the Darkseer. And on the other dual lanes, there's always going to be at least, like, the Disruption or the Telekinesis to at least prevent something from happening. So you have to go on the supports immediately.
Yeah.
If it's going to be really two dual lanes, I would love to see that. I think that's That's really great. Put the Kunkka and the Shadow Demon mid, and then safe lane Rubik and Alchemist.
But you don't think Alchemist is gonna be mid again?
I guess he is, but I would prefer to see him
Oh,
on the
yeah.
safe lane.
I'm not sure. Because if he is
nah,
not,
he's safe lane.
He's safe lane.
He picks up the Stout Shield, yeah.
Then who is mid? Air.
Kunkka, I guess.
Doesn't go for a bottle though.
Yeah, he can. Yeah, that's kind of weird, but.
Looks like Super is chasing him. You might have your wish come true.
Oh, sweet, sweet lord.
Yep. Let's see how they're gonna do this. We have the Darkseer offlane. There's no real surprise in that one, at least. At least fairly standard. So he might be rotating into the jungle sooner or later. We might just have the Shadow Demon just going for warding though. Sorry.
Aww.
But at least we know where the cores are gonna go. The question is, where are the supports gonna go? Are they indeed gonna be there with the Alchemist? Because Alchemist won't be up against the real hero, I believe. Because there is a Nature's Prophet, but Nature's Prophet is going into the jungle. He might be starting off top, but I think jungle is where he will be at. We have got a tri-lane up in the bottom lane. Up against the Darkseer. Darkseer will probably rotate into the jungle as well. We'll leave that tri-lane to just do as they wish, even though that would be a very fast level 6 for Io, I believe. If he can do what I think he wants to do. Do you know what I think he wants to do?
Farm the jungle and pull the creep wave from camp to camp, right?
Yeah, and get like stack all camps at the same time with his orbs.
Yeah, exactly.
You can do that. So I think we saw that once on IG. On Zhao, I believe. I'm not entirely sure, but he was level 6 at minute 5 or 6 because of it.
Yeah, I've also seen like Team Liquid. They really do it really well. Fluff always hits level 6 on at the 6-minute mark when they get the farm. So it's really nice, especially on heroes like this, where you really need the level 6 early on.
Yeah, it's great. Let's see if he can do it. That's the question. Because of course the level 6 is going to be very important. The thing is though, Yamate kind of needs to be level 8 by that time as well. So hoping he has a easy time on the bottom. We actually have got the Nature's Prophet actually rotating bottom or top to begin with. Will be harassed away by XTD though. Not going into the jungle just yet. Hasn't picked up a point of an experience, and now he does. Nice. It's just a right-clicking battle right here. In the meantime, in the mid lane, that dual lane not really helping XY out here. I mean, he has got his Porma shield, so he will be able to survive the combination that these two can throw at him. But it's not going to be easy, for sure. And Air actually picked up his Torrent first. Quite surprising. I thought he was going to go for the Tiebreaker, but they are actually going to try to go for XY here. Sending Ward goes down, just in case. They also catch out Ice, though, on his Visage. But, yeah, I'm quite surprised they already threw out their mana right now, because there was no chance they were going to kill off XY.
Yeah, they don't have the damage for it. Was kind of a futile attempt.
Yeah.
And now they have the lanes pushed. XY is going to get a bit of XP and maybe even farm, so it's not looking too bad for him. While Rising Stars is sharing XP on this lane.
Yeah, that's good for him.
Yeah. Also, did you notice that Ice is using the treants to block the camps? He's not even getting wards. He's just using treants all the time, and he even blocked other camps. So,
yeah, they're charging up the stun, looking for it. Telekinesis is gonna be there. That's gonna be a very long stun, and that should be Ice going down. He doesn't have a sprout. One more hit. Boom, salve. Doesn't matter. First blood goes away of XDD, and that will be Ice going the way of the jungle, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. He shouldn't stay there. I mean, actually he TP'd back. Oh, scratch that. But yeah, he's been doing a great job at blocking the camps, all of them actually, and even the ones in the jungle where XCT was farming. So
yeah, that's quite an important job. Even if you do, like, okay, giving first blood is not worth it, but if you do get behind, it is still worth it to shut down your enemy's farm that way.
yeah,
Just delay your supports, because your own supports are getting okay things here in the jungle. This Wisp is doing really well. Level 3 already. We are at minute 2.5, so he's really leveling this very fast. With pooling and stacking all camps together, and it's good. I'm trying to watch it a bit, but other things of course going on as well. He does has a bit of HP problems, but he has still got a salve, so I'm thinking he thinks it's quite okay. He might actually mess this one up. Nah, he's okay.
just in time, just in time.
Yep, and there's the salve indeed helping out.
But yeah, you mentioned the levels. The levels in the mid is going to be split. And if they don't get a kill out of this, or at least get super far ahead, this is not going to be worth it. Because XY, he's actually getting a decent amount of last hits if you look at it. I mean, 11 is not too bad.
11 to 2, okay, like compared to Rising Stars Air 14 to 3, it's really not that big of a difference. And I mean, you're right. Super should leave if he can't help get a kill here.
Yeah, I
It's
think
just
so
that
too.
simple. And I think Kuka can be okay up against that solo Slark.
Yeah.
For
And
now,
I mean,
anyway.
look at the top lane. Alchemist is looking super bad in terms of farm. That's because Ice is just keeping him busy all the time, and now he TPs away. But yeah, Alchemist's farm hasn't been looking that great so far.
And the thing is about an Alchemist, like, he will still get the farm, but in terms of net worth, he should, in theory, always be ahead. As they're gonna go for X-Spy here again in the middle lane, maybe this time able to take him down. X marks the spot, helps keep him in place. One more hit, there we go. That's the kill that they needed. I'm not sure if one kill is actually enough, but at least one kill is there. And that's already helpful.
Really unusual to see this early level in X marks the spot. But it did help out, so was definitely worth it.
They did get buffed a bit.
Didn't it get nerfed?
Oh yeah, with the vision?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
get less vision now.
Oh, Pound, super. Disruption gonna be there. We'll help him out. Is it gonna be enough? Yes, it is.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Phew.
Bullet dodged.
Bullet dodged indeed. And we have got a bit of a push coming out. Yamate is actually leading the lane towards the tier 1 tower. I'm not sure if it's intentional or not, but for now, he is gonna lay down some pressure. Maybe trying to force a Darkseer to be on the bottom lane. Deny him some experience there or something like that, but for
Yeah.
now, that's it. Level 4 up on IO, by the way.
Oh,
Just
yeah,
keeping tabs on the levels.
he's going to hit level 6 fairly soon. If he keeps it up. Oh, mid lane, another engagement.
There we go, and the Sam XCT comes to help out. XY will die, not die. Actually, one kill. Oh my god, the bottle charges the one stack. Might be able to be enough. Nah, it won't be. It won't be. It's only level 1. Nice escape from XY. I really didn't think he was gonna get out from that one.
Living life on the edge.
Yeah, for
That
sure.
was
And gets
literally,
the
he
salve,
means.
nice.
Yeah,
Literally on the edge, yeah. Because he bounced towards that edge.
exactly.
Pun
was-
intended.
Too close. I was for sure, okay, with the Iron Shell damage, that should be sufficient amount, but
Yeah.
the problem there was that they didn't have the Soul Catcher on him.
Yeah,
If they had, that would have been a different
no
story.
mana, I believe.
Yeah, no mana, and there were also 2 range creep directly next to him.
Yeah.
There was no way he could secure Soul Catcher.
Yes, in the meantime, out 2G. He is forced XY, or sorry, Ice back into that top lane. Who's now level 4. So 2G level 6. 34-11. I mean, he's still not keeping up with the Tiny, like, not for long shot. 11 last is behind, but he is picking up right now. And I think forcing Ice back towards his top lane is actually quite decent for Rising Stars, just to make sure that he's not going to get that far ahead. For example, if he was going to go for a Hand of Midas, it's going to be a really late one.
Yeah, exactly. So, Ice's presence here is really important. I mean, he's not getting, as you mentioned, not getting too much, but he's disrupting basically. He's keeping 2 heroes busy: the Rubik and the Alchemist.
Yeah.
So definitely worth it. And look at that. He even wasted a sentry from Rubik. He dropped a sentry because he thought maybe there was an observer, but no, it's just Ice with all the treants.
That's like 100 gold wasted right there. It's always worth it.
Dire's bottom
Yeah,
tower
exactly.
is under attack.
As the illusions are trying to drive Rising Stars crazy here. But they now realize that they are there, so they'll be okay. XY is back to his dangerous self. He's level 6. So let's see if he can get some kills with that. As there's no detection here for Rising Stars, so they can't really go on him anymore without detection. They need wards.
Yeah, they really need them.
In the meantime,
Bottom lane.
still Wisp, yeah, level 5.
Yeah, exactly. Really, really close.
A level 6 on the Tiny, so I think that by the time that Wisp is level 6, we have Tiny probably at level 7 and maybe almost level 8.
That should be, yeah, that should be enough damage to burst down almost everyone on Rising Stars.
Yeah, I think so too. We've got Rubik coming in on the mid lane, and he does have a sentry ward still. It's only 1 though.
And looks like Xiao is going for the Shadow Blade. He picked up a Claymore now.
Ah. And that will spell some more aggression maybe for Rising Stars. I mean, they're gonna be the ones to be forced to play, of course. I mean, that's the thing about a Wisp, everybody always say it, I'll say it again as well. If you're playing up against a Wisp, you're kind of forced to play aggressive or 5-man, or at least make sure, like, you get forced into a different playstyle. And Rising Stars has to be ready for that. They do have that boat with the Darkseer there, the team fight is great. The question is it going to be enough? Are they going to be ready for it? And they will get split pushed as well.
Yeah, exactly. And Zenith, they really have a good ganking lineup with the Slark, with the Wisp and Tiny, and they can easily just TP behind them and take one hero out completely immediately. And if like the Shadow Demon or the Rubik is not part of the teamfight anymore, well, Rising Star's teamfight doesn't look that great anymore.
We do have almost level 8 up on Yamate, with Wisp actually taking some experience here in the mid lane. And is now level 6, so let's have it. Level 8, 7 experience away from Yamate, 1 creep, and you'll get that right now. So he's level 8. I think we're gonna see them trying to go for some. The question now comes like, who are they gonna gank and where?
Yeah.
Basically the same question.
I think they could take out the Alchemist maybe. He's not in Chemical Rage right now. And
but he still has it, and it's dangerous because he'll stay alive for a long time. I think he'll be tanky enough to at least survive the initiation, and then the TPs could have come, and then Rising Stars can take it back. Cause
yeah, if he sees it coming, he should survive.
Yeah, you now see like the animation, you see it coming a lot nicer.
Yeah.
Oh, nice deny.
Bottom tower.
XED gets it. The toss from Yamate not enough to take down the tower in itself.
Looking at the gold graph, it's gold-wise, it's yeah, well, it says 2k, but it's basically only 1k if you remove the tower gold they just earned.
Yeah.
Actually, no. Wait.
It's in a
yeah. I'm completely looking at the wrong direction.
That's
Actually, Rising Stars ahead.
Rising Stars are ahead indeed, and they are indeed. Well, even with the tower down on their side, they're still ahead.
Yeah.
Of course, the reason for that is the Alchemist. He is now farming really nice, and I mean, in terms of last hits, he's not ahead of that Tiny, but because of his Goblin's Greed skilled out to level 4, or Grievous Greed, sorry, he is highest.
Oh, mid lane. Nah.
Do they have protection this time? Yeah, they still have the Sentry Ward up on XTD, I guess. Oh, Wisp relocate. They want to try and go for this. Here they go. Going for air. Look at him run. Here comes a boat. Want to give himself the buff. Does end up getting it. And this should be these two back out. Oh, XDD. You didn't have to come there. X-mark the spot. Wisp will be back here momentarily. But in comes Slark. A nice pounce. And Torrent will hit, but will miss. Actually, rather, that's gonna be 2 dead. IO Spirits doing the job, looking for the last one, but Air will be able to get himself away. That's a double kill for Freedom right there. And that's all of a sudden, score being 3-2, so 3 dead on the side of Rising Stars for 0 in return on the side of Zenith.
Yeah, I think, did Konka use X-Marks the spot on the Wisp, or why
Yes.
did he stay there? Yeah, in the end, that was kind of hurt them,
Yeah.
because the spirit damage, but overall, great TP by Zenith. At the beginning, it looked like they weren't too sure who to engage on or when to engage on, but in the end, it paid off, and it's not looking good for Rising Stars.
I actually thought that Rising Stars was going to be able to get away from that one. Air would have been able to get away by himself, but then XCD came in and they just gave Yamate a target. Because he couldn't go for the Kunkka anymore. He had the boat buff and everything, and he would have stayed alive until that Wisp went away. That would have been his story. But then all of a sudden, here comes Squishy Rubik, Avalanche Toss, and he's dead. Shadow Demon taking a lot of damage from that. Brilliant pounce coming off from the Slark. And all of a sudden, Rising Stars, they're running for their lives.
I also expected like XCT, okay, he's going to search the Kunkka, maybe a defensive disruption coming out, something like that, but nothing. And so they gave away a few kills. And actually, Saotuji didn't pick up a Shadow Blade, he picked up a Battle Fury. So he wants to play the farming game.
Well, I'm not sure if that's the right choice. Later on in the game, even if he has a lot of farm, normally Alchemists, when they have a lot of farm, they hit real fast. But then you're up against a Tiny and his craggy exterior. Like, you hit faster, so you're giving that exterior more times to proc, like more chances to proc, and that's gonna be stunning up Alchemist a lot if he wants to try and go.
TP
Oh,
bottom.
relocate, want to go for XTD once again, Avalanche, toss, one dead. Freedom there, getting the kill. One dead Rubik rather for Freedom. Nicely
Such
done.
an easy kill.
Yeah, that's just free gold right there.
And I don't know, Rising Stars have to be aware of that. I mean, Rubik can't really stand out that far just by himself. Actually, he can't even sit on his own tower just by himself because they can easily dive at. Oh, mid lane.
Toss. They tossed in the Wisp, but it's not going to be enough this time. X-mark the spot once again. It's the right choice. What's the Courier doing there? Dire Courier boat will still kill off the IO, and oh my god, the Courier lives. I can't believe it.
Yeah, that was...
Pounds though, Courier! Courier still hanging there! People, micro! No!
Yeah, the worst micro I've seen in terms of couriers.
My god.
Under attack. Dire's middle tower
That
has
was
fallen.
like he probably boxed to both of them and then like moved and then they stopped and then everybody stopped and
Yeah.
like wow. They could have gotten that courier.
Yeah, actually, XY even hit the courier once,
Yeah.
but he didn't hit him twice. He just changed the target again. I think he could have gone for the courier.
Yeah, I think it would have been a better choice. So obviously, he didn't get the hero, so
Yeah.
courier would give more gold than a hero overall anyway. It's very selfish to go for that. Go for the hero kill.
Radiant's top
It
tower
really is.
under attack.
But yeah, that engagement where Wisp was tossed in, I don't know why the tether. I think the tether broke.
Yeah, the range
through
was
the
too
toss.
long.
Yeah, it was too bad because otherwise that might have been a kill.
Looks like XY runs himself away from air. Should
They
be
have
in time
detection.
as well.
Yeah, they have sentries
The-
on the Shadow Demon.
Dire's
yeah.
middle tower
Three
is
even.
under attack.
They come prepared. But I mean, with that fight, of course, tier 1 tower mid went down. That one did not get denied. Zenith now getting their gold graph back towards their favor, even though by little margin. Experience graph looks a bit more convincing. And this is, like, the thing is, like, you as Rising Stars, you should be ahead in gold. Of course, towers are gonna make a difference here. That's no denying that. But you have got an alchemist, and he is built to buy gold. Or to get gold. He is built to be ahead. And he is, even though he is still ahead on net worth, he's not making his team ahead right now, and that just shows how behind the other four are.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, I think also XCT, he didn't really farm that well in the jungle. I mean, his farm looked really bad. Like 2 minutes ago, he didn't have much. I mean, he only had like a bottle boots, and now he picked up the soul ring. And with the soul ring, his farm has gotten a lot better. But still, he's struggling. Although he had been in the
Dire's
jungle
top
for basically the
tower
whole
is
game.
under attack.
So feels kind of weird. And also, yeah, as you mentioned, the alchemist doesn't really feel like he's too far ahead.
And when that's Zenith taking a free tier 1 tower, that's a lot of map control traded in for Rising Stars for nothing, actually. They don't get anything, and they're actually gonna probably try to relocate upon Zautuji. The pings came out, but they actually didn't go for it. Ended up not going for it. It's kind of a shame.
Yeah, I think they could have got for it. I mean, there's Nature's Prophet, Wisp TP, there's enough damage. But maybe just playing a bit more cautious because they didn't see any of the supports.
Now they're all sitting top, of course, looking for maybe a way into to Tiny and Wisp. But they're ending up just farming creep camps with the three of them, 4 and or 3.5, maybe Air half getting part of that. But
Radiant's bottom
I mean, this
tower
is all waste
under
of time for
attack.
Rising Stars, unless they can get a tower out of this. But I don't think they can.
Oh, I think Yamate just pinged top lane. Rising Stars, it feels like they're baiting this. They really want them to initiate on the Conquer so they can re-engage, or counter-engage, but yeah. No, Zenith, I think they know better.
I mean, they're not even tethered up right now. Ping comes out again. Freedom wants to go. X marked the spot. Here comes a torrent as well. Will hit. Fate Bolt doesn't even reach Yamate.
I'm not sure why he went for the Fate Bolt.
He showed himself, so he revealed the gank.
Yeah, I think he could have gone for the... if he hadn't used the Fate Bolt, he might have gotten in range for the telekinesis. But this way, no. They're not getting anything out of this. They're just farming with 4, basically.
It's still not worth it though.
Yeah. Really not.
Like, I'm trying to figure out what they're like. Okay, you know what? They were trying to go for a gank, but then what? What are they doing? Are they like I just said earlier on? Like, if you're playing against Wisp, you're getting forced to play together, and they're doing that, but they're not getting anywhere with it. They smoke up again. This time they'll find someone though, but there's gonna be a disruption. Is it enough? He disrupted mid-pound, or mid-telekinesis rather. The torrent will still hit. That's gonna be a kill. Nicely done.
Yeah, that was
Still a
really
lot of
nicely
damage
done.
on everybody, by the way.
Yeah,
Wrath of
somehow.
Nature helping out. In pounds.
But yeah, they needed that. They needed the pick off like that.
Yeah. I mean, it's a very low kill game, so all the kills that do happen are all the much more important.
Yeah, exactly. And especially on Slark, he was kinda high level. I mean, level 10. That's more level than any of the guys that were involved in the kill.
By XTD.
Ooh. That's cruel.
So there's 5 kills on the side of Zenith, 3 of those are on the Rubik.
Yeah.
All Yamate. Well, he got 1 assist on those, but yeah.
He still has
Freedom
arcane
is good.
boots.
XTD, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, it's only 3, I guess. In a way. They don't have any towers down on Zenith though, and that will really slow the supports down.
Oh,
Avalanche
Yamate.
again, super by super. Boat will still fly, but misses. Sorry, boats don't fly, boats sail.
Well, the Flying Dutch kind of flies.
Flying Dutchman, yes, he does fly. But this is not a Flying Dutchman.
Flying Dutchman, yeah.
Flying Dutchman is way, way cooler.
How awesome would it be if the ghost ship actually looked like it?
Radiant's
That would be
bottom
kinda
tower
cool.
is under attack.
Or would look like the Black Pearl.
Oh yeah, that would be awesome.
That should be a cosmetic item!
Oh yeah,
Oh my god!
Reddit, make it happen.
Reddit, make it happen! That would be
I would buy
really
that.
awful. Awesome. Yeah, I wouldn't buy that because I never play Kunkka. But I would
Oh,
really
that's
force everybody to buy it that I cast plays Kunkka.
That would really be awesome. Oh.
It would really be tough to make though. Like, how do you
Yeah, I
make the
guess.
Black Pearl in pixels and such?
True. And I mean, the ship itself is not really cosmetic, right? I mean,
Well, you have no, but you have also, for example, Power Shot of Winter, I guess, changed.
that's true. So I guess changing the animation, Valve, make it happen. Reddit, someone.
Yeah, I guess that is not. I guess that is Valve that does
Radiant's
that.
middle tower
Yeah.
is under attack.
There hasn't
Animes
been a
being built
cosmetic.
by-
Yeah, there hasn't been a custom animation cosmetic so far, I think.
Yeah.
So.
I think so too. In the meantime, Yamate is also not really farming. Well, he is farming heroes, but they're just waiting for opportunities. They see Super.
Yeah.
And
They really.
now they will almost see air. They'll run into air.
They
It's
see. it now.
nighttime. Tether is there. Is it gonna be fast enough? Oh, yes it is. Avalanche toss! That's one dead air! Nature's Prophet, Wrath of Nature helping out.
It's so much burst damage. There's nothing they can do about it.
And the funny part is, like, Wrath of Nature was of course used, and that would have hit regardless because there was vision up on him. But because they made it hit when there's actually 2 heroes near him, Rising Stars still don't know that there is a ward in their jungle.
Yeah, and it's a really smart ward. I mean, you don't usually check for it. You usually check for like the usual wards, like on the high ground or in the entrance of the jungle, and yeah, it's a really good ward. Sees very much, and this enables them for really aggressive play, as they have been doing so far. But looks like Satoshi has a Shadow Blade, wants to get the kill here.
Looking for a stun, guess a stun as well, but here comes the tether and the relocate, so good luck with that. Tiny will be back though with the X mark the spot, and that is Yamate. He will end up dropping. Wisp comes back here in a second, but that will be just a solo Wisp, and that solo Wisp will end up going down as well. Where is he? There he is. There comes the stun. The tether is not going to be enough, and Freedom Sprout might actually help enough. Never mind, that's a dead Freedom. I love that combination. X marked the spot right on time. And I mean, he would have put Yamate in safety and then went back to die. Probably. That would be the normal course of things. But now with X marked the spot. I like it.
Yeah, that was really smartly used and good combo. They might get a tier 1 tower out of this. They should be. Although it looks like Zenith wants to defend at least a bit.
Dire's middle tower is under
But
attack.
that was a really good fight. Getting a kill on Tiny was really necessary. He has been roaming free for most of the game. And he's fairly close to his Aghanim Scepter as well.
Look at the difference in net worth now.
Oh wow, yeah.
That went bad very fast for Zenith.
This Alchemist.
This Alchemist is really...
Aghanim Scepter is not completed though on the Tiny.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Satoshi is ready for that yet.
No, I don't think so either. He needs the AC. He's really squishy right now. Only 4 armor. It's basically nothing. Oh,
XCT sprouted, nice vacuum. Get himself out of there.
XCT also, as I mentioned, has caught up with farm. Finally has his mech up and sitting on 1.5k as well. I've seen a lot of rather different builds for Darkseer these days. But what do you think? Should he pick up right now?
I think I really like an Aghanims up on the Darkseer, purely because I mean, you know that there's a very big Tiny there, and he needs to be in range to get himself, you know, kills. And he'll walk through the Darkseer wall. You want to have copies of that Tiny.
Dire's top
Yeah, I think so too.
tower is under
Aghanims
attack.
or maybe even the Blink Dagger to have that
Dire's
additional range of
structures
initiation.
are fortified.
But overall, I think so too. Aghanims should be his next item.
In the meantime, tier 2 tower will be picked up, and we still don't have a tower down on the side of Zenith themselves. It's actually quite surprising to have the gold graph fairly even, now towards 4k in favor of Zenith, with 4 towers difference.
Yeah, that's just Alchemist farming like a beast, and they're now getting Roshan, so...
Yep, nice. Here comes XY though. X marked the spot will be there. Tries to pounce, gets himself back into the torrent. Turns on his BKB. Sun will still hit. Vacuum there as well. IO Shadow Demon both go down. Support for support, but there still goes the Tiny as well. Darkseer makes it happen. Ice tries to get himself out. Won't be able to do so. Goes down as well. And that is going to be a lucky Slark that he got away from that one. But oh my god, that Darkseer wall. And of course, the unstable concoction hitting up on and Tiny and IO. The moment they came in, they couldn't do anything.
Yeah, that was the best timing they could have hoped for, Rising Stars that is. I mean, they came in and immediately the concussion hit on all of them. And the vacuum was there, the wall, and that was a really good team fight. They got the Aegis, they got Roche, they got kills, they will get this tower. They're looking really good. They're coming back in this game, and looking at the gold graph, oh my god. It's dead even right now. It's
Experience graph, look at that drop. Went from almost 7k to, and it's gonna be dropping down more a bit because Nature's Prophet and Yamate, Ice and Yamate are both not farming right now, so it will drop down towards the 0 line indeed, in the gold graph indeed. I mean, that's the kind of games we like to see, even games.
Definitely. This 3k gold now up on the docks here.
And we're really looking for, like, might even be a Shiva's guard, just to slow down that Tiny as well. Might be worth it. Tiny is not going for is now going for BKB actually. Picked up an overclub, so Darkseer wall might not be the one thing that XCT wants to have anymore. Not when the dark BKB is on. Maybe until a later item if he knows that the BKB is down to 4 seconds or so.
Dire's middle tower is under
XCT
attack.
could also go for Scythe of Vice. There's no BKB up yet, so
We'll see. In the meantime, Ice, yeah. Tip of Truth is actually picked up by Ice, normal Ice. So that will be map control going the way of Zenith. And so far it's not going the way of Zenith. And it's so important for them to get map control as well. I mean, they need
top lane,
those
bottom
woods.
lane.
Oh, that's one disrupted. Ice, and one dead one as well. Nicely done. 4 heroes, 5 heroes used for that one. They just want to take towers, I think. Rising Stars, they need that core gold. And they're gonna get it the hard way. Just push in and run in.
Radiant's bottom
Yeah, I think
Zenith
they're-
either fight or defend, and they're not gonna fight right now.
I think they realized that their team fight, Rising Stars team fight is really strong right now with the Darkseer and the Alchemist, so they want to stay grouped up. This way they can't really get picked off one by one, and it's really smart. They've been sticking together the whole time right now, and it pays off.
And Meetum XY still takes a tier 1, a tier 2 middle. BKB bounces away. That's a second BKB charge used that he doesn't get anything in return for it. Oh, the stun still goes though. That's gonna be Yamate. Stuck in place. Takes a boat as well. Gets active market spots and torrent and teleported out of there. Because that's where he came from. He went top. He's just gonna continue farming.
I'm surprised there was no disruption from the Shadow Demon. Because they, well, maybe they didn't know that they TP'd in.
No.
Oh well.
Well, that is, at least that is the Tiny live. 8 to 10 is the kill score. Rising Star's only 2 kills ahead. And now getting some map control finally. Oh, but only map control on towers. I just said, like, Visage got himself the gem. That's great. There's now no wards on the map anymore. Rising Stars was the only one that had wards. Actually, sorry, there's one ward still right at the Roche pit. And there's one where the tier 2 tower used to stand. Both for Rising Stars. And, okay, just as I say that, they place wards. Thank you for proving my point. But, like, there was no map vision for the teams here. And it's quite surprising because they need it. If you're going to be having a heavy ganking lineup like Zenith has, you need to have that map control.
Yeah, they really need the vision to get more, like, Wisp gangs going. So far they had, like, I think a total of, like, 3, 4, 5 Wisp gangs. And most of them were on the Rubik.
Yeah.
But yeah, not too effective, like what we used to see from like Empire in the old days, where like CK was super strong combos, picking off heroes right, left, and center, but they can also play the farming in the pushing game. That's not
Oh my god, they scout out X-Fi, he was sitting there, he turns on his BKB, goes for Super, but he won't die, at least Super won't be an X-Fi, he is gonna be forced to pop his, to run away, pop his ulti and run away. BKB up on Zartuji, I think that was a misclick, that was the first time he used his No, not the first time he used BKB, but it was still quite surprising. No deny here. We'll take the...
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Oh, he's just gonna TP himself out. Never mind. Bashes. That's a basher up on XY. Stun getting charged up. XY gonna get stunned up and killed off. Boom. Well, that's something. In the meantime, they're diving on the bottom lane. They're gonna be able to pick up the Kunkka. Dark's here on the sidelines as well as Rubik, and that is all people buying back freedom, able to get himself out of there unless Super can make him pay. Dire's courier gets killed. This time he doesn't get microed, or got microed even worse, I would guess, than what we saw before. Looks like Wisp indeed still went down. Kunkka making it happen there, and that's gonna be not a worthy trade. I mean, they got the Slark and a tier 2, but they lose a tier 2 and a tier 3.
Yeah, that was the worst trade they could have hoped for. I don't know, they tried to retreat, but then they got surprised by the Tiny Wisp and the Nature's Prophet as well. And nah, Nature's Prophet didn't even TP, it was just Tiny Wisp. They just got surprised when they wanted to retreat, and they picked them off one by one. So what I mentioned earlier about grouping up, they didn't really group up now. They tried to go back one by one and it didn't work out. So great play by Zenith. This split push style is really good.
Yeah. I mean, losing the Slark for that, he cancelled the TP of Zautuji, and that could have made a difference there on the bottom lane as well. So in the end, that was a worthy sacrifice for him. But Zautuji, he actually hasn't died yet this game. He is doing really well. He's got his Assault Cuirass ready now as well, and he is gonna be pretty tough to kill. The Craggy exterior will of course still be there, but the thing is, I mean, he's got his Battle Fury. If he hits the squishy targets, Tiny won't be able to stun him with that.
Yeah, but depending, it's actually, it triggers in a range. It can even trigger on ranged heroes. It has a small radius. Like if you click on it, or if you hover over it, you see that there's a small radius around the Craggy exterior. So you just have to stand in that range. And I think even if you hit like other heroes, it bugs sometimes out. I think.
Oh, okay, because I was like thinking, like if you hit Wisp for example that's standing next to him, Yamate still takes damage from the Blade Fury.
Yeah, you still take cleave damage, but I'm fairly certain that Craggy exterior has slight bugs. I think it's also on the bug list, but yeah.
Okay.
Never mind. It's still a really good spell, especially against a melee carry like Alchemist is.
And Kunkka, I guess, but Kunkka gets really far away. He hits with a Tidebringer and gets a crit when he gets his Crystalist, which I'm gonna assume you gotta get next. Yamate, no trouble. Zautuji charging up a stun, gets it as well. Yamate though, where is that Wisp? BKB turned on, nicely done. Should be safe. Building for his own Assault Cuirass. So he has his BKB. This was his first BKB charge. 10 seconds for dodging a stun. Well done.
Yeah. BKB is a really good item in this game. There's so much that can just lock him down. Especially like, you don't want to get vacuumed into the wall, so just have the BKB on. And look at all those treants by Ice's Ice. He just uses them to scout. They don't need wards when you have treants.
The entire bottom lane and Roshan pit is covered.
Yeah.
And Roshan is, I mean, he's gonna be up again in 2.5 minutes. 2 minutes.
Top playing Zautuji.
Oh, sorry. That's gonna be, Ice getting away. BKB TP out from Al.
I'm not sure either. Is there a Scythe of Ice even on Ice?
Oh, relocate, XTT! Careful there! Careful there, he turns on his BKB, but he gets bashed by people that have trees. Avalanche toss, super mechanism keeps him up for now, but not for longer. Disruption might help him out a little bit as well, and that's gonna be X mark the spot up on just a Tiny, and he is hopeless without his Wisp. Where is he gonna run to? The sun will come up. The toss up on XTT as well there, and this should be the end of this Tiny. The boat comes in, but it doesn't matter. Brilliant pick off there for Rising Stars. And that Wisp was just completely hopeless. In the meantime, those split push once again. I mean, split push. It's so annoying.
It really is. It really is. But Zenith is playing it really well. Just at least trading. They know, okay, we're going to lose a hero. Let's at least trade something. Damage on a tower, damage on a building, something like that. And they're doing it so far to great success. I mean, oh, bottom lane.
Yeah, Alchemist gets pounced upon. He just starts bashing things though, now goes for freedom. The Tether Stun will be there, the pounce there as well. He can't reach anybody, he turns on his BKB, gets bashed nonetheless, goes invisible now, but the dust is there. He's trying to get away from this. Where is his team? Here comes the Darkseer, might be able to help out. Where's the Surge? Pounce is there, but the Surge wasn't. And that is one dead Alchemist. XTT, why you no Surge, dude? Gets bashed himself. turns on his BKB, but I don't think it will matter. He goes down as well, and now they're looking for more. Pounce is there again. XY turns on his own BKB, goes for super, changes his mind, goes for XDD. But nice Pounce stolen by XDD, who gets himself away from that one. Buyback from the Darkseer, buyback from the Alchemist. And here comes Air. He already has got that boat landed, has got that buff as the... Well, the birds got resummoned, familiars. I'm not going to be fed here today. XDD will be able to get himself away, and of course the Duper split push is there again. They do get a tier 3 before relocating back to where they came from, which was the base. And oh my god, there's split push on the bottom lane now as well, as the melee racks are under attack by Ice, who shadow bladed and read himself out into safety. But oh my god, the split push!
So much split push, yeah.
So much split push. Why didn't XCT surge?
I'm not sure. I think he doesn't like the spell because I don't know. He even BKB'd himself instead of surging himself first. So he didn't use the spell at all. It felt really awkward. He could have saved Alchemist and himself.
He could have saved Alchemist. Yeah, 100% sure. And now there's an Abyssal up on the Slark. XY looking solid.
It's going to be tough. Xaltuji can't carry this alone against 3 really strong heroes at this moment.
They need a bigger Kunkka, and so far he's been useful, but mostly because of the Torrents and the boats and the X mark the spots. But other than that, they need damage outputs, and they don't really have it apart from the Alchemist. And Alchemist is going to be useless if he gets Abyssal bladed and bashed and Greggy exteriored, etc.
Look at the graph again. I mean, Zenith is just pulling up so ahead. Oh, there's an X mark the spot.
There we go. XY pops a BKB again. Down to 5 seconds now. So 2G TPs himself out, but bashed.
Top lane.
And that's gonna be one, maybe dead Alchemist. Top lane in the meantime, the push goes in. That's why they wanted to TP back. They have got XCT killed off already. They relocate back. Apart from Nature's Prophet, he'll go down. That's a gem up on Air, helping out to kill him off. No escape. And the Rex in the meantime though, Necronomicon units is already down to half HP. And the push, it just continues.
It's so hard to deal with. I mean, Rising Stars, they do want to fight, force out those big team fights where they can go like for the vacuum, torrent, boat combo, but Zenith, they just playing so well, avoiding all the team fights and split pushing all the time. And even if they do fight, they just not fighting 5-on-5. They're most of the time not just fighting like, I don't know, 3v3 and stuff. So, no, Rising Stars, they really need the 5v5 fight right now.
And Zenith is not gonna give it to them. They like the split pushing. I mean, they're successful at it. They can just have one opening in one part of the base, relocate into another, kill off the Rex there. It goes very fast when you have Tiny with a tree. And as soon as people come in to try and stop you from doing it, you have your Nature's Prophet TP to the other side of the map on the base and then kill off those Rex. And it's just, oh, so annoying. So 2G trying to solo up Roshan here. He does have some supports around him, but the bird's making his life tough here.
And they're trading a top Rex potentially.
That's not worth it. That's not worth trading for. That's gonna be top Rex indeed. Gone. 4 seconds until they back out. Might be able to get the ranged ones as well. No, not ranged ones, but I mean, in the meantime, look at that. Ice on the bottom lane might be able to get a melee Rex as well. Goes back in. He will. Yeah, that's gonna be that. I mean, okay. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Freedom will still end up going down here in the mid lane. That's nice, but Air will take a fall as well. That's gonna be the Aegis gone. He was the one that took the Aegis. There's a surge, but this time it's gonna be too late. He is already dead. Alchemist picked off by Yamate. Boat flies in, gets a buff, but nobody else gets hurt from it. Nice vacuum, and that should be Yamate back off before staff not gonna help him anymore. As we do see Ice trying to run, but he'll probably end up dying. Drums, charges, they want it. Fatebot doesn't do enough though. Gravekeeper's cloak in your face. It's gonna be Darkseer that ends up going down, but as does the Slark again. Nice illusion helping out from the Tiny, but again, that's range racks on both lanes that they just got the melee racks as well.
Yeah, 2 lanes completely pushed out, and they really need a 5-on-5 team fight right now because Ice is just messing with them, TPing everywhere to every lane, pushing there. It's just so annoying to deal with. And I mean, what they did win this team fight right now, but still not enough.
No, well, I mean, you can't trade racks for a team fight.
Yeah, you really can't.
And especially not 2 racks.
Yeah. Also, this team fight just showed that this Darkseer definitely has mana problems. I mean, look at him. He's relying on the Soul Ring to actually get some mana going. He really needs another item like
He needs his mana boots.
yeah,
He needs
mana
upgrade
boots
those.
or maybe like a Scythe of Vice, something bigger. If you
Yes.
can get it,
He's got the gold for mana boots if he really wants to.
that's true.
Oh look, he surges himself.
Oh wow.
He likes.
Yeah,
surge.
the search the last search was kind of weird because
Yeah,
he
it-
searched Alchemist and Alchemist moved like not at all.
No, he was stuck in the pounds. It was too late by that time.
Yeah.
In the meantime, Yamate has got his own assault grass. I mean, it's so grim looking for Rising Stars. I mean, the differences aren't even that big in terms of golden experience, like barely any even in terms of experience, but it is like 2 racks behind. They don't really have a way to get anything apart
Oh,
from.
the career. Oh, this was really close.
And that's gonna be Deadless up on air. Might be able to help out, but they only have 1 lane of Rex left. I am not too sure.
Yeah. And Ice's Ice, they can always just walk around this. They don't even need to push out the mid lane. They can just walk around it and split push the base towers, the tier 4 towers. It's not, as you mentioned, it's really looking grim for Rising Stars.
Yeah, we also now have a Hex up on the Nature's Prophet, so even better for Zenith. And I mean, Zenith is looking in a pretty dominant position. The question is, when are they gonna try and go for the last and final blow?
I think they're waiting on like maybe the Necronomicon on the Wisp, just to have the additional push potential. At least have it on level 1, and looks like Slark is picking up a Heaven Selbird.
Really?
He has an Ogre Club. I guess it's going to be Sanjay and then a Heaven Selbird. Makes a lot of sense against the Alchemist.
Why
Again,
not
this-
a second BKB?
Well, his is on 4 seconds, yeah. I would actually not be bad. Rebuy it. That's true.
I would find that funny. Haven't seen it in ages. And I mean, you can't sell your old one, but at least you can get
Drop
a
it.
new one. Yeah, you can drop it. Fine. The top lane, I'm not sure why XY goes there. It's already pushed out. But the question is, yeah, like when are they gonna go in and do they even need to? Maybe they just wait until Rising Stars thinks, well, we need to do something. We go out, and then when they go out, Zenith goes in.
Nah, I don't think Zenith can afford to let Rising Stars farm up a bit. Especially like the Kunkka. If he gets a Divine Rapier on his hero and gets a lucky crit, can turn everything around. I don't think that Zenith really want to give them the chance. I mean, they're so far ahead. They can easily just go for the mid lane, get the Rex, or maybe now TP on the 2 supports who are completely alone by themselves. Really weird positioning.
No, they run away. They're gonna be safe. But Zenith is coming closer and closer to that mid lane. They still have the bottom lane and the top lane covered in a way by having the Nature's Prophet and the Slark around there. But they are starting to lay down some pressure, or at least starve Rising Stars a little bit, because they're not coming out of their base anymore for now.
Yeah, just force them back into their base, and if Kunkka or if Alchemist is the only one farming, that should be enough for them. Oh, Basher now on Alchemist. He also needs an Abyssal. This
Yeah.
tiny.
For sure. Against Tiny, against Slark,
Yeah.
you name it. X marked the spot, they want to try to go for Yamate here. BKBs to make sure he doesn't get put back though, and that's gonna be a 9-second BKB, or 7 seconds rather. Oh, 6 seconds still left, it's not too bad.
Yeah, it's not too bad, but it was very well worth it. If they had gotten the kill, that would have been a lot of space for Rising Stars. So you want to make sure that you don't get caught out. But this is also like 60 seconds until the BKB is down, back again, or 40 seconds now, in which Rising Stars can get some space back.
Yeah, and they're getting it. If they have that Abyssal upon the Alchemist, he's got a pretty good shot. Especially with those X marked spots and if the boats hits and stuff. Vacuums.
And now I like this, the blink on the dogs here for the additional initiation. They really need this as well.
Yeah.
They need a really good combo, and they can't really if he has to surge in. He has to be able to blink in.
Yep, we have got indeed the Sanj ready up on the Slark, so no secondary BKB. And I mean, Rising Stars, they're in such a tough position. They can only farm the lanes that come into them.
Yeah.
And then the bottom and the top lane already give half the gold that it used to. And they still need so much more items.
And they have to be careful because at any time there could be a Wisp and Tiny and a Nature's Prophet suddenly be on your back and pound on you, so
Yeah. By the way, you mentioned having Halberd first earlier. I always going for one as well. I picked up the Sanj. So just to be able to disarm that Alchemist will be a big deal because he is the one that's pumping out most of the damage here.
Yeah, and also the evasion. The Alchemist has killed Slark several times just by himself. And if he has the evasion, it's just going to provide him with extra survivability, so... The item itself makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. And especially if the Olga have two, then...
Oh,
they're going for Yamate again. Expert spot's there again. He turns his BKB though. Well, that's one way to get rid of your BKB charges.
That's true. Oh.
Oh, unstable concoction. He's trying to go for it. Gets a stun as well. They are gonna try to go in on it, but here comes X-Freedom, looking for a relocate perhaps. Will be back here shortly, or will they not? No, they will not. The relocate is actually off cooldown right now. On cooldown rather. Shadow Demon will get picked off in the mid lane because, hey, split pushing people. XY is in your base. Ice is in your base. Air is trying to defend, but what can he do right now? Nothing. Io still gets picked up by the Alchemist on the bottom lane, but they just get chased far, far away from their own base, and they are gonna pay for it. XDD goes down, and this will be probably Rax, unless they can do something here. XY gets stunned up. Whoa, hello crit. Air gets a kill 4 steps away from Ice. They still keep their Rax alive for now, but I mean that's just a glimpse of what can happen if you leave your base for too long.
Yeah, it could have gotten a lot worse. Oh, Tiny. Nah. Oh, Glyph.
Glyph. Stun, charged up. There is a BKB actually if he wants to. Tartucci though, he backs up. BKBs all around, but the Sprout locks in the 2 BKB targets. More BKBs being popped, and this is the Yamate just going for the... he just went for the Kunkka. Kunkka buys back though. I thought he was gonna go for the Rax, but doesn't end up going for it. I think he could have gotten it, but Ice now will be going down probably. For stuff into safety perhaps. Yeah, that's not something where Rising Stars wants to really chase. They need to... Right, yeah, that's gonna be siege creeps. Melee Rex still dead.
Yeah.
One Rex away from mega creeps.
Yeah, 1 Rex away from mega creeps, and as you mentioned, they can't really go out that far. They just left their Rex completely exposed, basically, by going out hunting a Wisp and a Tiny.
Yeah.
Especially the Tiny. He's incredibly fast. I mean, what movement speed does he have? 460. They're never going to catch up with him. So it was kind of a futile attempt, and they paid for it.
It's yeah, I mean, it's exactly the thing that Zenith got done against them in the first game they played today, up against Mineski. And I mean, right now, Rising Stars can do anything they want. What Zenith in the end had was 2 rapiers, but they couldn't fight the mega creep. So this split push is really killing off Rising Stars, and I'm not sure what kind of hope they have left, but they still want to fight this. I mean, this is a best out of 3. They do have another chance here after this game. They will face Zenith again, where Zenith can of course make it a 2-0, or it's going to be a 1-1 where we see game 3, but Rising Stars in such a troublesome position right now as we have a pounce up on air, but XY actually BKB's the X mark the spot away. Relocate. They just profit thinking about TPing it, but that's Freedom already stunned up. BKBs all around, that's still mega creeps for you. Even if they die, that's gonna be worth it. 4 seconds, if a Freedom gets it. 4 second disruption is there, that's just a Wisp solo gone, and Tiny goes down here. Buys back though, but the mega creeps are there. Tiny actually boots of travels in, goes for the mid lane, and they want to just follow their creep waves and try to get something. Maybe they'll go for Roshan first.
Yeah.
Because of course the mega creep wave are only well, spawning soon-ish.
He'll just take Roche, and then this should be Rax. This should be GG. I mean, it's Rax already. This should be GG. When they have the Aegis, there's no way they can actually kill him twice. They have to invest so much to kill the Tiny.
Yeah.
And in this engagement, Slark and Nature's Prophet weren't even there, so... and now, there's also cheese on the ground, but seems like Zenith doesn't give...
Nobody likes cheese.
Oh, it smells.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe XY, as in a tropical taste. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Give me some cheese.
Gouda.
Now I want some cheese as well. Huh.
Hey, don't talk about food. Well, we just talked about cheese, I guess. It really worked that way. Oh well. Let's see though. Rising Stars. Oh, what are you gonna do now? Your top lane is pushing in. They're actually gonna go for this. They're charging up the stun. I'm not sure who they think about finding. Yeah.
Is this really the way they're going out of this game? Because that would be sad. They fought so valiantly and now they're just going to lose their racks.
Oh, Demonic Bird. They find Yamate, but the Force Staff Away is still there. And there goes the relocate. Maybe they can find Ice though. Or Ice. Ice is the one that they find. And they do get the kill. But they call the GG right after they get the kill. Knowing that they wouldn't be doing anything because these creeps are relentless. And they are picking up the tier 4s. Rising Stars will be one game down when we go to game number 2. Because we will see this best out of 3 through. We are here, of course, with the Neolution GosuCup number 7. Best out of 3 between Zenith and Rising Stars. Rising Stars that made it all the way through the winner's bracket. Zenith that got dropped down to the loser bracket, then made their way through to face Rising Stars here in this final match. We'll be right back with you in with game number 2. Stick around for more Dota 2 action in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. Please.